what are these fatal mistakes? And how do you make sure you're not making them? Mistake number
Hey, hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Today, this is Big Jeff coming to you live from No Days Off Radio Production. Coming to you live with the number one show in the land, Nothing But The Truth. All right, and we want to bring something to you, everybody, attention that I know everybody's probably been paying attention to about the young thug receiving his property back. You know, this, that, and the third on from Fulton County, and it was a success. He was awarded all of his property back, all of it. You know, so that took place today, and we'll be discussing that on another show. All right. Shanita, she'll be walking in a minute. You know, so we're just gonna go on and get the show started, so we can go and let you all get to relax and enjoy your Friday, the rest of your Friday. You know, the weather kind of tricked us again today. You know, so we don't know what's going on with this weather right now. You know, so today's topic we're gonna be speaking on, you know, how today's relationships and datings are being done, on a level of age. So hopefully we'll be able to have a nice show and we can probably come to some conclusions and solutions to some of these issues, as far as dating and the age of dating. All right. So now, I know some of us, look at the news, and some of y'all pay attention to your phone more so than TV. What we have seen coaches, people, coaches in sports, whether it's a male or a female, or people who's in corporate America or in the corporate world of society that's being brought up on charges as far as dating go over the internet, and you know just a lot of strange things where it has something to do with youth and people who are over age to be dating people that's older, or older people who are dating people that's younger, vice versa. Everything is a vice versa situation. So we're gonna go in and get into it, and hopefully we can have a good show at, like I said, and we can try to make some sense out of a lot of things, because it's really a thing to where people are actually, some people are taking advantage of it. In other words, to me, that's my opinion. And the reason being is because a lot of things is not being monitored now. And I have said in over the years that we got to start paying attention to the things that count, the things that's really just being swept under the rug until it happens to you, or until it happens to a loved one, or until it happens to someone who's a part of the system, or whatever. So and it's becoming so bad to where it's actually being, and at the same time it being acknowledged, it's also being kept under the rug. Some things are being pushed under the rug according to who you are, and that shouldn't be make a difference. Which we have been going through this all our lives. We have seen this all of our lives, that it just depends on who you are. But the people, and I hate to keep saying this, but it's true. The people who pays for it the most is the black race. All right, so Shanita is has arrived, and I want her to welcome herself to the show so we can go on and get this thing popping.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Got a good show today, guys. Good topic, good conversation. We have a guest in the studio. She's not going to come on camera. And we're ready to have a good
Well, she
conversation.
can't be a guest if she can't come on camera. That's not how this show operates.
Everybody is not camera.
That's not how this show operates.
Yeah, come on.
You got to sit in your chair. Yeah, you got to sit in your chair.
You got to sit in her chair. She got to sit in her chair. This is one of my best friends in the whole freaking world. She's also my hairstylist. She did my hair like this. I love her so much, guys. And she gives me a lot of good conversation, a lot of good advice, that grown woman talk. She gonna kill me. She is going to kill me, guys. That's right. Her name is Miss. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tangi.
Tangi. Welcome to the show, Tangi.
Thank you.
Woo, 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 woo.
All right. Tangi, what you do for a living?
I'm a master braider.
Master braider.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We got a master braider in the building. Welcome Tammy to the show.
Welcome,
Tammy, where
welcome.
you gonna be located at?
I'm in Austell, Georgia, 2924 Veteran Memorial Highway.
Say that again.
2924 Veteran Memorial Highway in Austell, Georgia.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Tammy, you got an IG. You got to give them your IG and
My
where
I,
they contact you.
my IG is Tangy underscore the number 5 5 star underscore braid shop. My number is 404-287-9100.
Say that again.
Tangy underscore the number 5 5 star braid shop underscore braid shop. And my phone number is 404-287-9100.
One more time.
And that's Tangy underscore 5 star underscore braid shop. And my number is 404-287-9100.
All right. All right, that's how y'all contact Tangy.
That's it.
Y'all can get them things doing. Y'all women know y'all love that.
So we want to welcome Tangi. We thank her for being here today. We love her, and we also I want to start the show with also giving a congratulations to Young Thug for finally being able to get an order to retrieve some of his items that were taken. Again, as always, we want to give a shout out to Judge Whitaker. We thank you, Judge Whitaker. We appreciate all that you do and the fairness that you have shown to this situation. And as you see, it continues to be a challenge. And, unfortunately, it's continued to have issues before you. And we thank you for judging the situation with fairness. And thank you. Thank you again. Shout out to Judge Whitaker. So, what our conversation is, Big Jeff. Let's go. Let's get it popping.
We got the dating and the age difference in dating. Like I said, man, we gotta start making sense out of no sense. So we are at a point now in time, not in life, in time, that we got a lot of issues going on to where people are being judged according to whom they are, opposed to what they are being accused of. You know what I'm saying? As far as the dating world, as far as being a part of society to where you're capable of bringing a person to another city, opposed to people being pedophiles, and this, that, and other. It's a difference. And our system doesn't try to acknowledge it to us that it's a system. You know what I'm saying? And the system is basing things according to who you are instead of the crime that you are being accused of committing. And at a standpoint to where all of us can be accused of dating somebody underage or dating somebody underprivileged, or you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be a 40-year-old dating a 25-year-old. You can be a 70-year-old dating a 50-year-old. You understand what do that have to do with the age difference?
What's love got to do with it? Or what's age got to do with it?
Age got it. A person, we have to understand, man.
I can't hear you.
People are.
I can't hear you.
People are.
That won't work.
Hello? People are considered grown. Women are considered adults at 18. Men are considered to be an adult 3 years afterwards. So therefore that lets you know that throughout history and throughout science, women mature faster than men.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You know, women are, you know, we start reproducing. We can start reproducing sometime at 13 as a man. Women can reproduce at 12, 10. You understand? You know, you got, you know, we have young ladies who are children on paper that can start having a menstrual cycle at 9.
I'm one of them.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so how do we determine the age difference as an adult, not a child? I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. As an adult, not a child. When a young lady can go and have a child from the age of at least 12 to 15. You know what I'm saying? And in paper, she's not considered an adult because of age. But in science, she's considered an adult because she can reproduce at that age. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then we have countries. You know,
like back in the day, they make
you know,
them get married young.
there you go. You know, but we have countries. And you know, like I say, everything that we do, we have to do the homework on it. You can tell me that I'm from Africa, but I can't live by African tradition. Meaning, you got chiefs and tribes that can have 13 wives.
So that's what you think.
And she can, you know, I'm just making a point. And she can be 12 to 112. And she can be one of those 13 wives in that tribe. All because the king runs the tribe. You feel what I'm saying? No different than a president running a country. The king runs his tribe. So who makes that decision? He does. Because he's the king. Nobody's going to go against it. He don't have Congress to say you wrong. He don't have the judicial system to say that he's wrong. He don't have to answer to a judge chamber that has only judges who can make a decision over a person, which is Congress to us. You understand what I'm saying? You know, we have people who can say, we say that's wrong. In other countries, they don't have those type of people who can say you are wrong. You got a young lady in the DR can get married at 12. You understand? Certain countries, these are kids in our country.
Right.
But in other countries, these are adults.
At 14.
You understand what I'm saying? No, it's from 12.
Really?
Yeah, it's some countries if a king or somebody of importance on a statutory level to where, okay, this is what I want, they can have that.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different than taking United States currency and go to another country. And if you got $1,000 United States currency, you rich. You understand what I'm saying?
Comment at LuxPro2206 says, I thought, she's talking about a lot of different things. They said, first they said, I thought the Jeffrey stuff was going back to creditors. And then they said, where's this conversation going? Stay tuned.
It's going to a lot of places.
Stay
You know, to where, okay, now, we getting now. You know, so now, therefore, we going to different countries versus the United States. You understand? Versus the state of Georgia. You have people who have committed these crimes, you know, have committed these acts. I'm not going to say crime. They have committed these acts overseas and brought it all the way back to the U.S. to where now we are looking at it being prosecuted on TV.
What?
Like the Jeffrey case.
Uh-huh.
Not the Thug case, the Jeffrey's case,
Epstein
case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey Epstein was accused of trafficking people, accused of, having wild parties and, having people of importance at the parties, participating in this and participating in that.
Mm-hmm.
They arrested him.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's gone, they're trying to bring other people into that misery. He's gone.
They're trying to prosecute other people that were involved in that case.
And now, but to me, my opinion, that's to try to make another case look good, better. You understand what I'm saying? Because when this man got prosecuted for what he was trying to be charged with, it didn't go that deep.
So what you think?
But you took the P. Diddy case and made it a tragedy for somebody to do that. Or for somebody to be able to.
But you're saying that stuff like that has been happening.
It's been happening.
They pick and choose who they want.
There you go. According to who you are.
Got it.
There you go. That's where we going with this.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But now, if you don't go through this situation with this pedigree of people, why would you make it difficult for the pedigree that everybody's always been against, which is blacks? You understand? Why do our cases always have to be 10 times worse than another? You understand? How? Why is that? Why is it always that? Why is it always, if we be blamed of a crime that has something to do with relationships, age, this, that, and the third, they take our ass to the cleaner. But when another nationality commits the same crime, it's excuses being made throughout the charge.
Right.
As to why they this or why they that. Hey man, it's the same crime.
I mean that's always been the case. I think that's with everything though. I think black and brown people get punished harshly or more.
That's what we're speaking on.
More than
We are always
Right.
blamed. We are always took to the limit, man.
Yeah.
And it's sad because our system is so conducted like that because and everybody's upholding it.
And nobody's really.
You can't say you're not getting a fair trial nowhere when you black.
I really don't believe so.
You understand? You can't say that. It's not gonna be heard of.
Right.
Downside to that is this. It don't make no difference what age we are. That's the sad part. This is where the age difference coming in at now. When you just had a 15-year-old young man killed an Uber driver, and they said we charging him as an adult right now. You understand what I'm saying? But you had a young white man in Douglasville kill a young black man and ain't did a day in jail behind it.
And act like that didn't never happen.
You damn right. You understand what I'm saying? So it's age in relationship. We ain't talking about it. It's not all. This conversation is not based on just a sexual relationship. I'm saying age in relationship as a whole. Don't make no difference, man. And that's sad. That's sad. We looking at now a man who's 30-something years old, just killed his mother and his damn father. And now they on the news saying that because they changed his medication, he started to beat the case. Because you can say, I was insane. They changed my medication.
Wow.
Don't have nothing to do with him being old enough to know right from wrong. He has a relationship. That's his mother and his father. He killed. Not two strangers. He 30-something years. He damn near 40. How do we handle this? How do we get past this? We can't. We'll never get past it. And that's me. That's my opinion. We'll never get past it because we can always do this. See, the system can always say, okay, we're going to narrate this shit. We're going to put the Willie Lynch syndrome in. We're going to let everybody in the court system become a person with power. And we're going to make them black. So now, that's how we juggle. See, this is what our people in society don't see unless you in corporate America. We gonna say, well, okay, this how we gonna handle this. We gonna make it a majority rule. In every nationality of employment, you must have at least one black in it. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember when they made that law?
I think is that I don't.
You got to have at least one black.
I don't remember that law, but I think that's something where
One minority.
with that DIA stuff.
One minority has to be within that company.
Oh, okay.
That's a black.
I don't know all those rules like specifically.
How many jobs you done seen where they have predominantly white people in the company? You gonna see a what we call Mexican as a cleanup person. You gonna see an Indian might be doing some cleanup or in the kitchen or you don't understand, but you ain't gonna see a black in there until they have to go by that rule. That's a law. Look it up. Google it.
Still only gonna see a few.
Thank you.
Very few.
So, and it's gonna be judged. You understand? It's gonna be judged. They'll tell me at 59, I'm overly qualified for certain jobs. Yeah. They'll tell you at 29, you overly qualified for certain jobs. They'll tell you at 35, you overly qualified for a certain job. What the hell that got to do with me feeding my family? If I decide, if I get to the point to where I feel like I need to go to fast food to get my bills paid, and you look at my resume and see that I'm qualified to to build one of these places, how can you? Who are you to determine that I'm overly qualified for a job? How can you be overly qualified for a job? But if I go file unemployment, you'll tell me I can't receive it. Because there's some jobs out there that I can get. I just tried to get it. And they told me I was overly qualified for it. Now where we going to go? You understand? Right. So the relationship factor in that is, now we're going to have to go to, it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
That's true. That's a lot.
You understand? A lot of situations. But it's being held against you. Yeah. You understand? It's being held against you. But see, Roy Barnes can call Fulton County.
Oh, we talking about
and say, I got a grandchild or one of my children is out of work and they need a job doing this, that, and the other, and you owe me a favor. Seeing Shanita can be sitting there the best employee in the company. But they need Shanita a job. Something to happen. Something to happen. See, that's when they do this to us. Okay, Shanita, 42. Roy Barnes' grandson or son or granddaughter or daughter is 30. if we let Shanita train him or her for this job, then we can throw some shit out there and let Shanita slide in it, and we can get her out the door.
They always do that.
Oh, there you go.
They always get the higher.
There you go.
There
you go.
Know what they doing.
There you go.
And then promote them over the person that trained them. They always do stuff.
But guess what they told you in order for you to get that job when you were 25?
What they say?
You got to have at least a year or two experience.
Yeah.
Make that shit make sense.
I mean, it's like the world is definitely unfair.
It's unfair to certain people.
True.
It's unfair to certain people now.
Well, they won't give you what you asking for in pay because you qualify.
Thank you. But now you'll give me a position and tell me the raise gotta come later.
Yeah.
And here it is, 10 years I'm in that position and that raise ain't came yet.
That's why you gotta find something else.
Yeah.
No, you don't find something else, you stand up.
Well, that too.
You stand
Or
up.
find something else.
See, you don't work a year
Start your own business.
without standing up.
You're supposed to start your own business.
You gotta put yourself in that position to do it.
Yeah.
You using your job to put yourself in that position. That's part of your plan.
Sometimes, yeah.
You understand? So I gotta bite nails in order for me to make my plan be successful. You understand what I'm saying? Which don't always work.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna go back to that age difference. It's gonna go back to the relationship of you and that company, of you and the people that's in that company that's running that company. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and the only way you'll understand that is you got to be a productive citizen in corporate America, in the corporate world, period. Because it happens on all jobs. You know what I'm saying? It happens on all jobs.
Yep.
Go to a McDonald's or a Burger King. You'll see somebody now working at 60 years old, man. 60, 65 years old.
That's true.
Because see now they have done it to us for so long to where don't nobody want to work, as they say. No, it ain't that don't nobody want to work. The people who they are talking about don't want to work. It's the youth.
They don't want to work.
Thank you. It ain't got nothing to do with us. We want to work. But see, you told us
We were too old.
we were overly qualified for the job.
For the job. Yeah.
You understand?
Sometimes you gotta downplay your like when they tell you stuff like that, you just gotta revise your resume.
How can you downplay your age?
You can downplay your qualifications and your experience to match what they're
Why
looking
should you
for.
have to do that to get a job
It's just
at
sometimes
McDonald's, at
sometimes-
Burger King,
Well,
at Pizza Hut,
I ain't
at
never applied for
Popeyes?
all those
You
things.
understand?
I'm saying sometimes if you want a certain position and they have qualifications, sometimes you just gotta make yourself marketable to those people. You know what I'm saying?
How can you do that when the strike already there?
But you also got to remember when you come in with certain qualifications, you can have some, and then that other person, you know,
Is
who's gonna have it.
intimidated.
Now it's about
They
who
intimidated.
you know, because
Thank you.
they're gonna go that route.
They
That way.
intimidated.
So it don't matter what you do when
So
they're gonna go.
You can't downplay
do
it.
what
You know, it'll be hard for me to walk in somebody's job and say, okay, I ain't never worked. You know, I worked for 5 years, shoveling shit. And then I worked for 2 years building houses. And I worked another year, building restaurants. And then I worked another year, building mansions. And then I did another year building corporate
You have
companies.
this is what I say. When I
Hold
put
on,
my
let me
resume,
get
I
through
put
now.
all that
Let me
on.
get through now. Let me get through now. And then out of all that being said and done, they called me. So this is why I fuck them up at. This is why I mess them up at. I'm sorry. Well, we ran your history, and it says you mechanic, you maintenance 3, mechanic 3. Well, how y'all get all that? Your social security number gave us that, brother. Your social security number, get them your information now. You ain't know that?
For certain things.
Okay.
But not for no job. I never heard
Who?
of a job
Shit. You ain't?
pulling all your experience based on your social security number.
Okay, when you went to
Oh, we got a lot of comments.
when you went to the post office, right? When you was at the post office, how you think they came up with your credentials? That's a government job. The government can pull up everything you did as a child.
Because I put it on my resume.
Okay, you put it on your resume.
We got a lot of questions.
But when they ran that social security number, they identified you on a whole. Trust me. Trust me.
I mean, they
Your
got
social
your
security number,
background.
that's what it is. That's your background.
But I'm saying your background consists of like your criminal record. I don't think they can pull up
Your
all
background
your
break up.
experience. I mean, because me being a federal employee, my stuff gonna be online, of course.
Everybody's stuff is online. If you have ever worked a job in your
In
life.
the state or the federal?
In the government.
No.
Yes, it is.
Like, okay.
You know how? You know why?
I mean, the government.
You know what identify you in the system? See, I'm finna teach Shanita something now. You know what identify us as a whole? Your social security number.
Tells everything.
Anytime you have applied for a job, Shanita,
Yeah.
when that job decided to hire you,
Right.
what you had to fill out?
An application.
And what else? Once they hire you, what you have to fill out?
You gotta do. Yeah, you gotta do.
That W-2.
It's called an I-9.
Don't make no difference. That's a W-2.
Some of these questions are on behalf of Young Thug Discord group. Who is what? I don't know what Young Thug Discord group. And people are asking what are our professions outside of this. They asked, do you rap?
Gifts?
He said he raps gifts. But he doesn't rap in music.
No, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper.
My profession outside of this is I'm a paralegal. I do a lot of legal stuff. That's my profession. They asked, are you growing closer to your son?
I've never grown apart from him.
See, y'all can't believe everything that's in the media. Just because he doesn't put his personal business out there, a lot of people make assumptions
I've never grown apart from my son.
about him and his son's relationship all the time. They think they know, but you got
Me and my son has a father and son relationship like we supposed to have.
that part.
So now what are you really trying to ask me? Whomever you are, if you want to ask me something about my son. Now, but you know, you can never come through me to get to my son, if that's what you're trying to ask.
Okay.
Now, you know, on the downside of that, Jeffrey is not my only child. So when you speak to me about my children, speak to me about all my children,
Okay.
not just one. I have a multitude of children, not just one.
That's right. Thugger Dailers in the Discord group. Discord is an online chat for various hobbies. Okay, maybe you should ask Thugger Daily then, because I don't know about that group. I don't know anything about that group. Do you know about Thugger Daily group?
Thugger Daily is somebody that monitors my son's Instagrams and all of his, you know, posting and shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So whoever Thugger Daily is, damn them. And you heard that from Big Jeff. Thugger Daily does not run Big Jeff. Big Jeff run Big Jeff. So whatever question you get from Thugger Daily, you need to go ask them a question. Because I'm going to give it to you raw and real.
I don't know if this person is,
So-
you know how sometimes people that don't like you will join your chat?
Yeah. And that's probably what that is. You know.
Now they asking why Dora is such a hater.
Huh?
That's what they just said.
They need to ask Dora.
Exactly.
This is nothing but the Truth podcast for Big Jeff.
Dora not here.
And there you go. You gotta ask Dora that. If she's a hater,
Hater on what? But
you know, sometimes you can be too real for people and they take it as hate.
exactly.
You know, and that's a, you know, and I'm gonna go out the scale right now, then I'm gonna go back to the show. We are too real for some people. And that's my whole family. That's not just certain people in my family. And we can live with that. Okay. Now, getting back to the age difference in relationships and this, that, and other. That's another show. All right. We have, it's just a thing to where a lot of things that's going on in life now is being used as a thorn in your side according to who you are when it comes down to age and relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We have seen black people of status be convicted, be shown as these real demons in affairs that resulted in relationships to where, okay, if you got a man and a woman who has the enjoyment of wanting to be in the company of another man and woman, why is it being held against them to say, okay, they black, they date raping people? But when you are in a white scenario, it's called swinging. It's making make sense now. Yeah. So if I go to a swingers party, and all of this is taking place, which we all know what swingers are. Right. These are people who are having open sex with each other's partners and so forth and so on. But when we as a black race get into swinging, it's called date rape. It's called crossing the line of flying people in to have sexual encounters with them. Now that leads to being charged with human trafficking. So we human trafficking, but I can go on the internet and go on a dating site and be talking to you in West Hell and I'm right here in Georgia. And then we decide to get together and meet each other and this, that, and the third. And you fly to here, or I fly to there. And next thing you know, we're on a talk show saying I met her and she was in Asia. And I was here and we met on a dating app. And now we married.
And you saying what? You saying like
that's human trafficking, ain't it? If you wanna make it a crime, you're gonna call it human trafficking. But you'll put me on a talk show and tell me to explain how we met. And I said, well, she was in Asia and I was on the internet and I was lonely one night and I was searching and, I stumbled up on this picture and I called. Now, and the sad part is you have to pay to get on those sites.
Wow.
Yeah.
To meet these people. Mm-hmm. So I paid to get on this site to meet this person. And we was on the site talking for 6 months, and then we decided, okay, we're going to meet. We're going to come and get together, this, that, and other. Either you can fly here or I can fly there, and we can go on a date and see how it works.
Well, that person agreed, and then we exchanged numbers, and then that brings you off the dating site because that person got to want to agree to talk to you.
But that's how we met.
Answer. Exactly.
So what's the difference? So what's the difference in me? So what's the difference in somebody flying him, and they come and go out on a date with me? Willfully. Do you think people fly unwillfully?
I mean,
ain't nobody just getting on no plane saying, I'm finna go to P. Diddy house.
I'm just saying because you were talking about the Epstein stuff at first. So that's
I'm talking about all these in the whole.
Okay.
Epstein ain't did, P. Diddy ain't did nothing no different than Epstein.
Right.
Same thing.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, now, that's the time we living in.
Right.
Because guess who did it for 100 years damn near?
Who?
Hugh Hefner.
Absolutely.
Penthouse, hustler.
But,
You think some of them women that went on some drugs when they got there? Or didn't do some drugs when they got there? That's what people who party do.
Yep.
Get high.
settlement and still
And
be
still-
talking. Like, how?
Because that's the time
That's extortion to me.
No, but see, the time that we
How?
live in, they don't care. See, the system is so corrupt to where they don't even care if they tell you what's going on and show you what's going on anymore. Ain't nothing swept under the rug anymore because they know we're not going to fight nothing.
Well, it's not swept up on the rug when it comes to our people.
Well, I'm saying they know we're not gonna take it to a level
Yeah, exactly.
like other people will.
Yeah.
Like,
You understand what I'm saying? We're not gonna go and say, okay, well now I'm finna sue the district attorney.
oh,
I'm finna sue the judge. Then I'm gonna sue the county. Then I'm gonna sue the state. See, white folks gonna do that. Look at the folks now who saying they finna sue the county. They finna sue the state because of their loved one.
yeah.
They know we not going that far.
They know we're not gonna do that. Like,
Thank you.
Like, for instance,
They know we gonna be
Trump
satisfied with
suing
just getting it over with.
money to
There
get
you
his
go.
money back.
There you go.
But
There you
Thug
go.
ain't suing
And-
nobody, and the same
Be-
injustice happened.
Thank you, because they know
Right.
in a whole that it ain't that he probably don't want to.
Right.
He's not gonna let that be a factor to him.
Right.
But it'll be a factor to me.
It would be for me.
You understand what I'm saying? It'll be a factor to me. You gonna take my possessions, you gonna take my money, you gonna take this, that, and I gotta thank you.
To fight
And
for
then
my
you're not
stuff
gonna
back.
give it all back to me.
Got it, yeah.
And you gonna tell me what you gonna give me back.
Right.
And I supposed to say, well, okay, I'll take that. No, hell, I want everything you took from me.
Back.
Dollar for dollar, piece for piece.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, that's what they did to him.
Exactly.
That what they took more from him. So now you gonna win all the way around the board? No. That ain't how it's supposed to go. But they know that us being us, we gonna settle. We'll settle. And the first thing they know, we'll say, I just want to get it over with. Age difference. Relationship. The values are not the same. And look at who's imposing it.
So,
Our own color.
our own.
Because they know that that's how we are.
So you think like, so to tie this conversation in with the topic, and our topic today is we're talking about dating and dating age difference.
There you go. Those are the differences. All right. Now, in a personal dating,
Let's talk about person.
there you go. Now, in personal dating, the age difference is 25 and above.
So
right.
you think it's okay to date with a 25-year age gap? If that's okay. That's
Yeah.
borderline pushing.
That's borderline pushing it.
That's borderline. I think
That's
20
borderline.
is borderline pushing.
Well, 20, it depends. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna be hypocritical to 20.
Okay.
20 is
If I'm 45,
20 is gonna be 20 is a little in depth because a 20-year-old that hasn't really lived an adult life, even if it's a female, she still hasn't lived an adult life. You understand? And when I say that, I mean seen that experience in adulthood yet.
What about 27?
You know, that's even if she's been allowed to do what she want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Now, 25, 27,
27?
they have some type of experience of growth. You understand what I'm saying? To where if she's 25 and she's still at home, she's not growing. But she's being allowed to be an adult. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, according to how she's been allowed to be an adult, determines her growth.
And her
You understand?
Her
mi-
emotional maturity.
There you go. So now that's part of growth to me.
Right.
All right. Everything you learn, you have to manifest it into life. You know what I'm saying? A young woman 25 and she's at home with her mother is 40. 45, 42, 43 to 45, say to 45. She's going to learn a lot of growth. Now, if she's 25, mama 38, she in trouble. That's 13-year difference. That means mom had her at 13 when she hasn't even realized a lot of shit in life yet. You understand? She was just allowed to make that slip up. And it could have been to where she snuck and did it. Y'all sneak and do that shit. You understand? We as men, we don't care. And that's just being real. If Johnson say swag, he's swagging. You understand what I'm saying? It takes a lot to manipulate a woman into being sexually active with you. It ain't easy. Unless she already likes you. A woman has to already have the feeling for you, man, for it to happen that easy.
Some attraction.
Thank you. For it to happen that easy, she got to be damn near dreaming about you, man. She ain't just liking you off the rip like that.
I'm not confirming nor denying.
You understand? So, but us as men, we as men, let me use the proper terminology. We as men, young men don't make no difference. We don't care. Because from puberty, teenage to young adult, which is 20, when we start going through them little phases, man, and we figure out that little thing is for more than just peeing out of, man, we don't care. You understand? You know.
So you say, so
it's a hell of a
summarize what you said.
it's a hell of a mentality to have.
Are you saying that men will sleep with anybody, but a woman
Anybody,
she's
gonna hey man, she gonna justify her situation. We as men, we don't care. We just want to get that feeling off.
So it don't matter the age.
Let me tell you something. You got some 12-year-old young men right now who go to school and who go to school because at 13.
Because that's when they starting now.
Thank you. At 13, she at 13. The reason I'm going to 12 is because at 13, biblically, it's saying that
so y'all think kids are
they are
sex at 12?
They are.
They starting
And
sex
this been
at
some years
10,
ago.
9,
This been
if
years
you
ago.
allow them.
Yeah.
You understand? If you can get away with sex now. Because no kids have fear anymore of their parents. We were scared to even let a boy touch. Hey man, the women were scared to let the boy touch them when we were growing up.
Exactly.
Because their parents had that fear there. You understand?
So learning everything off the internet. We didn't.
Now these kids have more. These kids have too much open wave to sex. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason they can get away with it is because the parents are so involved in what they got to do and what they got going on, they can't monitor it. You understand? We were scared into not wanting to have sex. We were scared into not, y'all were scared into not wanting to date little boys and call it, you might say that's your boyfriend and that's just because you can kiss him on the jaw. But going to bed, that was out. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, I want to speak on that.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, what I want to touch on is, you don't think that it's a difference in the generation? What I mean think, okay, let me tell you what I mean.
Go
First,
ahead.
maybe because I could be saying it wrong.
Go ahead.
So back in the days, I'm finna be 56.
Okay.
So I know back in my teenage days, a lot of us was mature.
Yeah.
A lot of us
Definitely.
was mature.
Definitely.
And we didn't do half the stuff that teenagers today is doing.
And it was because
And
we were scared.
And our mothers
of doing it.
exactly, because
Thank
our
you.
parents
Put
were
the
old
fear there.
school
They put the
versus
fear
the
there.
parents today
There you go.
are being their friends.
They put the fear there.
Exactly.
Our parents made us understand that I'm your friend on a holiday, your damn birthday, but
Yeah.
but during them other 350 days of the year,
Yeah.
I'm your parent home and you gonna follow these damn rules.
Exactly.
Or you gonna get your neck broken.
So I think that has a lot to do with it.
And that's what I just said. The parents of today,
Yeah.
as Barney Mac say, they punk ass parents.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying? And it's not punk as far as they not trying to raise their kids the right way. They're trying to raise their kids in a manner to say, like they say, like my kids used to say, I ain't gonna raise my children like I was raised. Mm-hmm. So now that's where you messing up at.
I agree.
Because that's in all
No, I
things.
agree with that.
Because if your child wrong, they wrong.
yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with
But
how you were raised.
But why saying that equates to you want to uphold your child? Maybe everybody.
You don't supposed to uphold your child.
Good.
You supposed to teach your child the difference between wrong and right, and you supposed to make that stand that when you wrong, you are wrong, and whatever the consequences come behind it, we gonna have to deal with it. Listen to what I'm saying now. We gonna have to deal with it because at the end of the day, I can't just say damn my child because they were wrong.
Right.
I gotta still be supportive and hope that they learn from that mistake, like we was made to do. Learn from your mistake. You understand? Now, if you continue to do the same thing, then that means you're not trying to learn that from your mistake.
That's true.
You understand? Now, a parent that upholds that, you hurting the child even worse.
Exactly.
Because now the child is unbalanced thinking that, shit, I was wrong, and my daddy still stood up and said, shit, he wrong, I don't give a damn, he can did that in the third. Now the child confused.
And it's like, who's the
You know,
adult?
who's there you go. So who's the adult in this situation now? Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why your child stand up and talk shit to you.
Yeah, disrespect.
You gave them that right.
Disrespect.
You gave them that right to feel like they can do that to you.
And that's why they feel
Yep.
entitled.
Now,
That came from the
you
parent.
ain't entitled to nothing. You have to earn what you get in life. There's no giving. Everybody that has been given everything that they wanted in life was ruined. Was ruined. Some of them became serial killers. Some of them became bank robbers. Some of them became goddamn embezzlers. You understand? It ain't always got to have nothing to do with killing. You can be white collar because you was given everything that you wanted or needed or just requested. You understand? So we can ruin kids just as well as we can help them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So the parents of today, the average mother today probably became a mother at 13, 14, 15 years old.
I don't know. What
No, that's the truth. See it.
Yes.
See
I
it.
became a mother
Today,
at 6.
I'm saying
That
today.
baby at 12.
I'm saying today.
He's saying today. That's
The
true.
average parents today.
Average parent
the-
today is
I tell you what, go to a lot of elementary schools, right?
no, I'm
And
not believing it.
in from March, from April to the end of school this year. I want everybody to do this. Go to all the elementary schools. Go to any elementary school in your neighborhood. During graduation time from elementary school or middle school, and see who the parents are that's coming to those kids' graduations. And then look at their ages. Now, the way you determine their ages, and this might sound shocking to y'all, but if you check it, I guarantee you'll see it.
What?
Just pay attention to how they come to the graduation. What they win.
Oh, the
Pay attention to what they wear to the graduation.
Yeah.
That'll tell you how old they are.
Yeah.
That'll tell you the type of growth they came up under.
They said in the comments, they said, yeah, they are getting younger.
You understand?
It has
So
become normal.
thank you.
Grandmothers are
They
younger.
treat it as it's normal. That's what to do. That's not what to do. You got, listen, man, I have, you know, I ain't gonna talk about something if I ain't did my homework on. Sit back, call some of our friends. Call some of our friends that got teenage kids. And I'm saying when I say teenage, I mean 13. I say 12 because that's before you become a teenager.
Yeah.
From 13 to 25, and ask them at 13, when your child's birthday came, what did your child ask for first?
What you think they gonna say?
A birthday party at a goddamn hotel.
Yep.
I want to get an Airbnb and have you 13. The hell is you talking about?
Oh, I'm guilty.
You are. That's
You understand?
But you see, he's saying
Teenagers.
stuff I told you the other night.
Yeah.
With
We
Izzy,
just had this conversation.
I told her the same thing. She's
Teenagers.
Behind. She's behind.
And then as soon as you tell they little bit of asses, and I'm cussing right now, cause I want everybody to know I'm serious about what I'm saying. As soon as you tell them, no, that's a little bit too adult for you, or no, we ain't gonna do that one, and then they say, well, no, so and so did that. Was so and so parent let them do.
Ooh.
That ain't what this parent gonna allow you to do.
You touching it. I just told her.
You understand?
We just had this
But they hit you with this one. Well, we gonna have somebody there that's grown. I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't care if every child their parent was there. That's not what kids do.
Like I said the other day to her, we had this same conversation.
I said everything you just said to her.
She said, our conversation was, okay, do you do it for your kid just so they can be like a follower because that's what everybody else is doing? My thing, I said was, because we started talking about it with long hair. And I said, well,
For what?
when kids get braids now,
Down to their ass. Are you serious?
Tell her, Jeff.
You got to be done lost your mind.
That's crazy.
So, and I'm saying that to say this to all you parents who are in denial with that. Why should you have a 5-year-old daughter to a 10-year-old daughter going from pre-K to elementary school and then middle school? Ain't no elementary to high school. You're going elementary to middle school. And at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, this child go get some braids. You allow your child to get some braids put in their head, and the braids come past their damn shoulders. Now listen what I'm saying. I ain't saying go down to their behind and seem but 2 feet damn tall.
yeah. No,
But
yeah.
their braids go past their shoulders.
Yeah.
A child braid should never go past their damn shoulders. For what?
At what age?
At any age.
I don't agree with that.
At any age. Why should your child go get braids put in their heads?
First of all,
And then you sit next to them and get braids put in your head. And when they push your ass out that chair, your braids go down to your damn ankles and your child braids go down to their ass. Who's the adult in this situation?
But I just told her that.
And then now let me give you the narrative now behind it. You know I'm gonna give you something coming back now.
okay.
And then when they go to school,
I like this.
they done wore this shit to school for 2-3 months. And then when you decide you want to get it took out, or no, I ain't gonna say you. When they say, "Mama, this done got old, I want to take it out." Who in the hell are you to determine how old it is? Okay, first of all. Second of all, they take it out or you take it out because you saying, okay, it done been there long enough, we finna take these braids out. And then a week later, your child come home from school and say, Mama, this man said something to me. Or Mama, this man touched me. Or this man this, that, and the other. And then you go up there one like a damn fool. You sent her to school to him like that.
That's what I told her.
You made her give him some type of enticement.
Enticement?
You damn right. You got
No, it's the look
they are
that
called
she's giving off.
pedophiles.
It's the look she's giving off. I told you that.
They are called pedophiles. You making your child attractive for him.
And it's sick.
And then when he decided to kidnap her, which I hope don't happen, you run around, oh, they got my child. But you ain't thought now time I put my child in that position. Sometimes we can put our children in bad positions by catering to what they want.
Yep.
The comment said, it happens so much. It's now in hotels, disclaimer.
Thank you.
On incidental charge, and teenage parties are not allowed.
Thank you. For what?
Well, it goes back to the parent trying to be their friend. And
No,
they
the parents ain't the friends no more. We got to stop using that excuse.
Okay.
That's an excuse to me now. The parents ain't their friends no more. Their parents is trying to patronize this child so this child won't have a problem with them. Damn that.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something, baby.
that's good.
I got children of all ages. Do you think I give a damn about them being mad at me about decisions I make that's for their benefit?
Yep, because you the
No.
I understand.
When my mama made decisions for our better benefit, you think she gave it a second thought how we felt about it?
That's what she
and you
that's
couldn't
her.
say nothing back.
Thank you.
She said the same thing.
I
That's
told her that.
You know, cause see, how many times y'all done did this? Everybody that's listening. How many times y'all done said to y'all self, oh, now I see what my mama and them used to be talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, now I see why the older folks.
But we can't sit here and act like
Everything.
culture has changed.
Culture haven't changed.
Culture has changed.
No, it haven't.
When we go to church now, we wearing regular clothes.
Culture
We
haven't
ain't
changed.
wearing those
Nobody is
dresses
putting forth the
and,
effort,
what's that, slips and stockings.
but
every
it
time we
but
go
it
to
haven't
church.
changed. It haven't changed. You know what changed the church culture?
What changed?
These damn
You
ministers.
said it hadn't changed.
These ministers who's trying to make you come to church. So guess what they say? Oh, you can come as you are.
Right.
No, that ain't how it go. You're going to come in here with some dignity.
I mean, you still can have.
You gonna come in here with
but
some
a lot
respect
of
for
people
yourself.
Are coming to church with regular clothes on.
With some damn house shoes
You do
on.
have some hoochie mama coming.
No,
dressed
I said
like
with
this.
some house shoes on.
I mean, that's
With some pajamas on. With some
very
shorts on.
inappropriate, Very inappropriate, but
Thank
it's
you.
happening is what I'm saying.
And it's because the ministers want that congregation so bad till they have said, okay, we're going to go on and go against the grain because I need this congregation in here. You understand? That ain't how it go, man.
Why is it that?
That's not how it go.
I don't know.
Cause you adding to the problem. You're not helping the problem. I tell you what, why let me come to church? Let's say this right here. Let's go here. And I'm trying to give people something to think about. Why let me come to church with a pair of jeans and a shirt on? Right? And then you coming now with a robe on, with a suit up under it, this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting there looking like a chicken with my head cut off. And then you got other ministers that sitting up in your pulpit looking at your congregation. It's just like they say, we are supposed to be magnifications of God. How do your church look like bullshit and you look good? How? How can you feel good about that? You understand? To where now it's revival time and we being invited to another church. Here we go, Jeffro. We get invited to another church. We go there with our short robes on, kicking it, putting on our big shit. We go in there and show out in the choir stand. And then on the break, it's over for us, so we gonna go put back on our regular clothes. And then they just seen me out there with one of the prettiest robes on, with my ropes on and my tassels on and all type of shit. Then I come in there looking like I just walked out the trap. But I'm representing my church.
But you there though.
But my minister sitting up in that pulpit with a suit, tie, shoes, everything on. That's a bad look. It's no different than you going to a job. And they say, well, okay, Shanita, you got to wear this uniform every day. This is your set of uniforms you got to wear to work every day. And then you put your uniform on and you say, I don't want to wear these pants today. And you go in there with some other type of pants on. And they say, well, Shanita, you know you out of uniform. We can't let you work today. You got to go home. Because instability, you got rules you got to follow. Instability is things you got to live up to.
That's true.
So you can't contradict yourself and be
We're
hypocritical
not gonna act like everything
and say,
is
hey
the
man.
same. The culture is the same as it was. We know the culture changed. We got TikTok. We got social media. We didn't have
That's not the
15,
culture though.
20 years ago.
But that's not culture.
Oh, that is.
Culture
How
is
that
things
culture?
things that you were raised on. That's culture.
No,
You can't.
That's values,
That,
culture.
okay, that's,
value, but
let me say it like this. This is how I justify all that. The game never changes. The players do. So you can never change culture. The people of the culture is the ones who change. And they change because nobody makes them uphold it anymore. That's the point. Nobody's being made to uphold the right shit no more.
I kind of agree with that, but I think culture changes as technology changes. Like, for instance, like having food delivery. Back in the day, my mama ain't never had no Uber Eats or no.
Because we call it delivery.
No, what I'm saying is that's new culture is evolving.
No, it's not.
Yes, it do.
I used to work for Pizza Hut. I was a delivery
New
driver.
technology and new inventions, I'm saying, it causes a cultural shift. It causes new things.
But what's the difference though?
What,
If you call Uber Eats, somebody bring you your food, right?
yeah.
Okay. If you call Pizza Hut and say I want to deliver it,
What
somebody
I'm
bring
saying-
you your food, right?
What I'm saying, new things alters current cultures. Like, say, for instance, we may be like, when I grew up, we have dinner every night at 7.
Yeah. And you still can if you want to.
I know you can, but
You got to uphold it.
it's not the same.
Yes, it
You
is.
got more parents working now.
That ain't got nothing to
but
do
what
with
I'm
it.
saying is stuff changes.
Even if my mom worked at General Motors. She worked the night shift.
Mm-hmm.
She worked from 11 to 7. At 5 o'clock, when we finally came home from school, or 7 o'clock, if we were doing extracurricular activities, when we came home, dinner was already cooked, right? We sat down, ate.
Right.
If you didn't eat what she had cooked, if you didn't eat something she cooked,
Going to bed home.
you just didn't eat it.
That's true. It happens
All
in
right.
my household too.
It ain't like you say, well, shit, I don't want to eat that shit today. I'm gonna eat me some noodles.
So order me some.
You where you gonna eat them noodles at, bro?
Right.
She got a meal cooked.
Right.
Whatever part of that meal you don't eat, that's just what you not gonna have on your plate home.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now,
Did you continue that same, when your mom passed away, did you continue that same exact tradition with your children?
I like this Big Jeff in a nutshell as my children. Now, whoever that is want to know the relationship with me and my children, tell them that's my children that. I wish one of my children was on this comment so they can let everybody know. Boy, he's still the same. He's still the same.
That's me.
You understand what I'm saying? My children would tell you I'm the cheapest man in the world. My children would tell you, if he's saying it, that's what's happening for real. You understand what I'm saying? You can't change it. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you what my children will say to you. You can be talking about how you were raised to my children, and it's all the way down to Thug. And he would tell you, shit, not that nigga we call dad. My dad ain't with that bullshit. My dad ain't gonna do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stay like that because one day my son gonna become of age. My son, and I used to tell all my children, what I want y'all to understand is this. One day your children gonna have children.
Right.
And your children got to magnify you. Your grandchildren got to magnify you and their parent and your children. You understand? Every generation got to magnify the generations before them.
Right.
You understand? So if that's not a continuous cycle, then we going to deal with what we dealing with now.
Right, right.
You understand? Children having sex at 8, 9, 10 years old. Young ladies becoming mothers at 12, 13, 14 years old. But at the same token, they are not being shown that it's okay if you wind up making that mistake. But it's the male part of that mistake
So what?
that's got to be made whole. The male part. That means the sperm donor, as y'all call us now. They got to be made part of that picture. You understand? So my daughters still won't tell me that they boyfriends. You understand? Because they know our daddy finna walk up to him and say something to him. Our daddy finna tell him something about us. Our daddy gonna do that. So guess what? When they bring their little boyfriends around, guess what they'll say? Oh, they my friend, so and so, so. Okay. But I know better.
So you be knowing it's their boyfriend.
Come on now. I'm a father. I've been there, done all that.
So what you say?
I tell them about my child. And let them make the decision if they want to keep playing with them. Because see, it ain't about her little panties when it come down to you bringing them home. That's a different level now. You bringing them to meet the parents. That's a different level.
That's a different level.
Okay. But our children don't feel like that's a different level because they ain't looking at it like that. So me as a parent, me as a father who have raised my children to have the mindset that I don't need my daughters, I don't need no man to do nothing for me that my daddy can't do or won't do. But get him some grandbabies. You understand? I don't need them for them getting me some grandbabies. And they can move on. But they're gonna be made to be men. They're gonna be taught to on a manly basis. I talk to them just like I'm talking now.
You pretty much saying you teach them to take care of themselves with or
First.
without a man.
First.
Right.
Cause it ain't guaranteed we gonna be there. Some guys just there to get your panties off.
That's not an old school teaching.
That is old school teaching.
Yes, it is.
That is old school teaching. Cause guess what? I got a granddad.
Tell me.
My granddaddy, right? My granddaddy married my grandma. You know what my granddaddy said?
What?
I sat at the bus stop and watched that girl grow up. Knowing when she get grown, I'm going at her. It was already pre-planned for him. But she ain't paid no attention to that. Because that wasn't what her interest was at. That ain't what her mindset was at. That ain't where she was being taught in the household to be at. You understand? So, soon, but when he did wind up successfully completing his task of getting her, he took her ass across that walk, married her, took care home, had some children by her, the whole 9 yards. You understand what I'm saying? And it's because throughout his observance, he seen I'm about to put in some work right there to be with this lady. Whenever she get grown enough for me to have her, if I wind up having her.
But I'm saying back
So-
in the day, did the older women groom the women to be self-sufficient?
Hell yeah, they did.
Or to be
Hell yeah, they did. You had to come in the house and wash dishes, wash clothes, cook, the whole 9 yards, man. My mother is the oldest of 13 children. She raised her brothers and sisters. Her mama didn't have to raise her hand. Listen to what I'm saying. Not even to whoop them. My mama had to be the one whoop the children. You understand what I'm saying? And she got brothers too. You understand what I'm saying? And get what grandmama had to do. Number go to work and come home, baby. Because she had already laid the foundation. This how it gonna be in this household. Ain't nothing changed.
And had stuff
But the people, no, the game is still the same. The players change.
We have to hang out clothes on the clothesline.
And they still will. They still will. You wouldn't put one back there. No, you saying nobody won't do that. But that don't make it true. No.
Wash and dry. Now they put wash and dryers in apartments now. If you go get a newer apartment, most of them go wash and dry. Back in the day, that didn't happen. You have to go wash.
You had a washer back then. We had washers back then. You know what they called them? Scrub bowls.
Yeah.
Your ass put them clothes in that tub and took about one at a time and scrubbed them across that scrub bowl.
Right.
Got
And
that dirt out of them. Damn right. So it's just it's the
gradually changes.
But it's not something that you cannot do and keep
you
going.
still gotta wash your clothes.
Thank you.
Right.
So it's just a better way to do it.
Exactly.
But I'm saying the responsibilities and the discipline hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. It's self-efficiency that's changed. But responsibilities and difference in discipline hasn't changed. You can discipline your child.
Right.
It's some people out there discipline their child just the way they grew up. And they're successful with them. It's the majority. I guarantee you this. If we do an evaluation, they were whooping your ass back then. They were beating you back then.
That's what I'm saying.
You can beat them now. You can beat them now. Damn defects. Defects were back there then too. But you were so scared of your parents, you wouldn't call no damn police. They're gonna be still beating you when they get there, man. So. And that's the stand you gotta make. That's the stand we still can make. I have been through. I ain't telling you something I haven't been through. Right. I have whooped one of my children's asses right between the police cars. You understand? All because he told his mama he didn't want to wash dishes, and walked out the house. And I made a believe out of him. You understand what I'm saying? He told the police, y'all just gonna let him beat me like that? That you should have took your ass in there and washed them dishes. Cause see, I didn't care. Right. I don't care nothing about you walking between the police cars. That's what you gonna get at. See, that's the type of mother I came from. Yeah. Wherever you show out at home,
that's where you get your.
That's where you gonna get it at. Mm-hmm. I'm 59 years old, and I'm talking from my heart now. I'm 59 years old. I lost my mama in 1997, October the 4th, 1997. I'm still scared of her. Isn't that what I'm saying? I'm still scared of Christine. And she been gone since 97. That's what your child's supposed to be. Scared of you. And I ain't saying scared of you to where they can't talk to you. They supposed to know that if I do something wrong and my daddy or my mama have to come to my assistance, it's going to be a misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm going to be supportive. Absolutely. My son just sat in a cell for 33 months. I was there every day. Every day. You think I give a damn about somebody trying to say I was a bad father? No, I wasn't a bad. I know I'm not a bad father. I know I'm not a father that don't care or ain't dependable. My children know that. They just know that if I tell them something, I'm gonna give it to them, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. Because one thing my kids would never be able to say is, I didn't know. Or I wasn't told. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. We have to let them grow up. Yep. But at the sign of their growth, we still gotta be parents. Yep. We still gotta make the same decisions we made for them from an infant to 6 years old. We still gotta make it when they 36, when they 46, if we still living. Because that's one job that you can never retire from. Right. You can't retire from being a parent. You can't say, my child 40 years old, so I ain't got to worry about it. That's a damn lie.
Right.
You going to worry about your children every time you don't see them.
I'm trying to tell you.
So how can you say, well, okay, I'm just going to put being a parent on the back burner and cater to my child? No, we ain't going to do that. I'm going to still be daddy.
Right.
I'm going to still make the decision that I've been making to say, this is for the better interest of my children.
Right.
You understand? And however somebody feel about it, whoopie-doo. You understand what I'm saying? Whoopie-damn-doo. That's it. Hey, man, because anytime somebody speak on what you do as a parent, and they speak on it in a bad way, that means they don't know what being a parent is. To me, that's my opinion.
Exactly.
Evidently, you don't know what being a parent is.
Don't know. Right.
You understand? You know, because you can never call a parent a bad parent. There's no such thing as a bad parent. I done seen people on drugs be better parents than people ain't smoked or drank a day in their life. You understand? You can never say it's a bad parent because it's not. Your parents, some parents just give in. They don't give up. They give in and they stop trying to fight. That's when we use that's when that excuse kick in now. You being more of a friend than a parent. No, that parent just surrendering. You understand? Because even if Izzy went out there right now and committed an act, whether it was good or bad, and she got in trouble for it, guess who's going to be right there? Shanita. When Izzy come out of that situation, guess what Shanita going to do? Now see, if you had to do what I told you to do, or you shouldn't have did this or you shouldn't have did that, okay, that's being a parent. So why let it get to that point before you be a parent again? No, be a parent every day. Let Izzy have the mentality that, damn, I got in trouble, my mom finna have a damn fit. That's what you want your children to say.
I agree with that.
That's what you want them to think. When I do something I feel like I shouldn't have done, right to this day, man, and I'm being 100% real with y'all, the first person cross my mind be my mama. That make it double devastating for me. Because now I know I was wrong. Because my mama crossed my mind.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And the reason I'm like that is because every time, even as an adult before she passed away, every time I did something and I was in a wrongful manner of doing it, and me and her had a discussion, she gave it to me. You understand? Christine didn't hold no punches. And I think that's why I'm like that. She didn't hold no punches. Ain't no such thing as a woman can't raise a damn man. You understand what I'm saying? Mine raised a hell of a man. Some hell of a men. It was 10 of us, boys. All of us got our mama. All the ones that ain't went to glory with her. Out of my immediate family, it's only 2 of us left. You understand? We done buried our whole family. I'm still here. I done had 3 near-death experiences. I'm still here. God has a plan for me and my story. You understand? We're not doing this podcast to me just for the clout. That's why I don't care nothing about who listens, who comments, who this or that or the other. Because to me, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Because evidently God got this written in my book for me to do it. If he hadn't, I wouldn't be doing it. So anything you going through in life, man, whether it's relationship, whether it's job-wise, whether it's sexually, whether it's discipline, whether it's goddamn, bad, good, or ugly. That's what God has written in your story for you to be doing. Hey, man, God, okay, understand this. Understand this metaphor. Metaphors. We always get a metaphor. How many times have any of us been in a situation where there was good, bad, or ugly? And somebody you confide in said this to you. God ain't going to put no more on you than you can bear. Yeah. Okay. So if God put a messed up person in your life on a relationship note, it was meant to be.
For the lesson.
For the lesson. Everything you do in life is a lesson behind it. Thank you. It's for it's a purpose for it. You understand? You got people who will say, I'm gonna go celibate. What the hell that got to do with it? What celibate got to do with you finding the right man or the right woman? Oh, God. What they got to do with it? You ain't gonna do nothing but be bagged up when you get them.
Tell the truth. Preach.
So, but if you go celibate, that's your excuse to go celibate. No, if you go celibate, and God let your inner you
feel like you
accept it.
Yeah.
That's part of your story, man. You're supposed to be going celibate at that time. And when you come out of it, God, it ain't just because you think you found the right man. That mean God said, okay, from 2026 to 2029, I'm gonna make Shanita be celibate. Right. And you're gonna wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm just done with me. I'm just done. I'm just gonna wait till I find. And then here come 2029. You say, well, Big Jeff, I think I backslid. No, you didn't. You completed your mission. God has it written in your story that on this day you coming out of celibacy.
It's hilarious. Thank you, Jesus.
We don't do nothing that's not already premeditated for us to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And we get to this age, relationship. How many of us done witnessed a 2-month-old baby passing? A 2-year-old child passing, a 25-year-old passing, a 30-year-old passing. And we talking about good people that we consider good. All people are good to me. And we say, dog, why that had to happen to them? You questioning God. Something that a minister would stand in front of you in his pulpit and say, nobody never questions God and what he do. Right. It's a reason for it. We got to start living up to that. Ain't no sense in us saying it and don't live it. Right. That's hypocrite. Because understand this, that same man that's standing in front of us, telling us, be suggested to your wife, be suggested to your husband, don't do this, and you shouldn't do that, and, at one time I was out there, and everybody was out there at one time. Mm-hmm. That's his story. So we can't take his story and say, I'm going to live by his story. That's his story. I'm going to continue to live by my story, man, because that's how God has it intended. You understand? So when it come down to age and relationship, if a 15-year-old young man start dating a 25 or 30-year-old woman, that ain't because he a damn player. It's meant for him to be doing that right now. She ain't manipulated him. She ain't manipulating him because at any sign, as Madea say, she can say clink, clink, and drive his young ass crazy. You understand? So you do what's intended for you to do. Everything you do in life, man, it's intended for you to do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. You understand? So because understand this, if it wasn't, when it ends, You'll have some regrets.
You wish you had. I told you.
You'll have some regrets when it ends.
I told Nita go with the flow.
The first thing we'll say, see, we have excuses for everything we do. Instead of being real. Instead of being real and say, hey man, it just wasn't meant. It just wasn't meant.
Yeah.
We'll make an excuse. It just wasn't meant.
That's Shanita.
It ended because it wasn't meant to be continued.
I say that in a minute. I'm like, look, it just
It went, you know, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you who made me who convinced me of that. God made me a believer of it. But I was totally convinced when I seen my Uncle Stanley. My Uncle Stanley, man, been getting married. When I first seen my uncle get married, I think I was like 7, 8 years old. Throughout my life, in my Uncle Stanley's life, God rest his soul, he just passed. I think Uncle Stanley married 5 women throughout his life. On his 5th marriage, to me, I think Auntie Wilma was it. I mean Auntie Fat was his 5th wife. Hey man, I seen my uncle probably 3 years in, and we was on Campbellton Road. I said, "Oh, where you heading?" He said, "I'm heading home, man." I said, "Home? There you go. Where you stay?" So I stay down here by Ben Hill on Kimberly. I said, "Kimberly? The only thing I know on Kimberly is Kimberly Court apartments and some more apartments." He said, "That's why I stayed, man." I said, "What you doing now?" He said, "Oh, you know, man, Fat, we got back together." I said, "You and Auntie Fat got back together?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "We've been together now probably about 4, 5 years." I said, "Huh?" Hey, man, this was his childhood sweetheart. Okay. Nobody can tell me that if it ain't meant, it won't happen. You understand what I'm saying? It was meant for him to be with her. Mm-hmm. But he had to go live the story that God had written for him. You understand? And I'm talking about 4 wives, 5, 6, 7, 8 children later now. Okay. Mm-hmm. But she didn't stop living neither now. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end, if it's meant, it's going to come back to you. So guess what? You can't get stuck in relationships. I don't give a damn what age it is. Because if it's meant, if it's written in your story, that's what you're going to be. But you got to fulfill what God has written in your story.
But you don't think people
you understand?
Their own stories.
You try to. We try to. We try. You know why? That's called what the real tell you in church. Your ass being disobedient. All of us is disobedient. All of us. Let me tell you something, man. If a person can't tell you they don't have common sense, something wrong with them. Because in everything you do, you have a thought. You're going to have a good thought and a bad thought. But guess which one we going to go with mostly? That bad one. That little angel can be standing on your shoulder whispering in your ear. Don't do it. But that little devil can be over there sticking that fork down and there punching on your damn eardrum saying, "You don't do it, I'm going to bust your damn eardrum." And you go, and we go right out there and test the water, man. So for things that we have witnessed with people going through on relationships that turns into violence, the age differences ain't making a difference no more. You ain't heard nobody say, "Oh, it's because they were young." It was because they were there. See, that's the excuse we were brought up on. Well, he wasn't done with this, that, and the other, so we're charged to the gate. They don't. It's not there no more, and it's not there no more because we don't practice it no more. You understand?
But we was having a conversation about this earlier about the maturity of
the people now.
Of people now, right?
Yeah, of people now.
We were saying there are some young guys that are just as mature as
But that's not happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It ain't. What I want you to understand is that ain't just happening because of technology.
Right.
Right.
It's been like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? It's been like that since the beginning of time.
Right.
Mhm.
You had some damn cavemen wouldn't think about going up, grabbing that woman by her damn head, dragging her ass in the cave. You understand? The ones who had that in them, that was them. The ones who had the finesse, they'll go and they'll break a rock, build her a little goddamn monument out of it, get it to her. You understand? Go pick up some dirt, file it down real good and get it to her. He finessed it. Because he felt like he didn't have to go beat her down to get her. And it's all because of how his evaluation was for that person. A man evaluates you according to how you let him handle you.
I believe that.
You understand what I'm saying? Women evaluate you on how you allow them to handle you. You know, and that goes to the metaphor of the way you get them is how you keep them.
They say.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't got nothing to do with this. It ain't got to do nothing with technology. Because you got some men who can finesse a woman to sell her body. And you got some men who can't talk her to take her shirt off.
Period.
You understand what I'm saying? So everybody does it a different way. And it don't have nothing to do with nothing but who you are.
We just talked about that today.
Mhm.
Who you are, man.
Man, we
You know,
hit on
so
everything we've been
you can
talking
say,
about.
okay, you got some guys out here young. I was one of those guys. I'm 59.
Okay.
My first woman was 18 with a child. I was 13.
Mhm.
Okay. My second woman was 29 years old with 5 children. I was 14. And I tricked her. Ain't that some shit?
A lot about your
That's some
age.
shit.
All type of shit. But I was able to live up to it though.
Okay.
See at 14 I had my own spot, believe it or not. I had me a car, had me a job, and still went to school every day.
See,
And
that's
played
what I'm
sports.
telling you. I'll tell her that.
It's the finesse.
We talking about everything we talked about.
It's the finesse, man.
Yeah.
I'm 59 years old. I have raised 52 children.
I've learned to never
You understand?
say never, right?
You know, so hey man, it's who you are.
I've learned to never say never. I thought we was just talking today. I was telling her that I had never dated anyone or even like any type of relationship, any type of outside of my age, maybe 1 or 2 years. And you know,
Relationship.
yeah, any type
I'm
of
saying,
interaction,
but how?
relationship,
But
situation,
did you
whatever
ID
you
them?
call it. No, I've never. But I
Did you ID them now?
I didn't. But
So how
I,
you sure they told you they
Exactly.
were?
Well, you know, except for my baby daddy, he's a little bit younger than me, but not as young as.
Don't make no difference. Age,
Yeah.
relationship difference. Okay.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't intentionally. I mean, I'm saying in my past.
We can never say that, Shanita. We can
that
never
was
say
my
we would
train
never.
of
We
thought.
can never say you can never say
But it was.
I won't intentionally date somebody that's younger than me or
It-
older
I
than me
have said that in
because
the past.
you have
That-
said.
that was
I
my
did. This is what I'm
mindset.
saying. You can say it,
Yeah.
but that don't make it true.
Well, it has been.
You
my
got
truth
you got
until
some people.
recently.
You got some people. You got some. Let me tell you something, Mama. You got some cats out here who can be so attracted to you. You wouldn't give a damn what age they was at that moment.
Oh no.
You understand?
yes.
Because now,
Okay,
let me
I'm
tell
not
you
gonna
why.
say
Let
no.
me tell you why.
I
Let me
had-
tell you why
I
now.
had did that one.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because if he has a sense of maturity in his conversation,
Yeah.
you
That's
ain't
where it
gonna
start.
never give it a thought.
I
Yep.
can agree with that part.
You understand?
That's-
You'll never give it a thought, man.
You telling her everything.
Listen to what I'm telling you. I was 14 with a woman, 29
You
that
ain't gonna tell me you ain't talking
that
to
I
her, 'cause
that
she
I
done
made
said all this stuff
that
you
I
said.
that I convincingly convinced her that I was 19.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying?
okay.
And I wasn't big as this goddamn tablet. You understand what I'm saying? I was 5 feet tall. It just so happened she was short too. You understand what I'm saying? So it can happen. It can. All my life, listen to what I'm telling you now. All my life, the women that I was in relationships with were older than me. You understand? I'm talking about all the way up to 22, 23 years older than me. You understand what I'm saying? But I was able to stand up to it. I was a man.
It's all about the mindset.
I've been a man. I left home a man because I was raised by a woman. You understand? I was raised by a true woman. And out of
But do you think, okay, I understand you was in a relationship.
when I left home at 13, I ain't never been back to do nothing but visit and help take care of my brothers.
Wow.
Okay.
I get it. I get the
That's
point
me
of view
too.
with that. I get
16.
that.
I never
You know,
been back.
so it's the person. It's in you.
Mhm.
God has it written in my story for it to happen like that. Other than that, it wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Every woman that I have, all my children mothers that I have ever had in my life, all of us is on good terms with each other. All of them can be in the same room together and you won't hear nothing bad. Because that was part of my growth with them. These are my children's. So guess what? When another woman come in my life, she has to accept my children.
Package deal.
If not, I'm not going to stay there.
Right.
You can't tell me them ain't your biological. Yes, the fuck they are to me. Because all my children can stand in this room right now and you'll hear them say, Daddy.
They do.
You understand what I'm saying? So no, that's a respect level for you being a man in their life, and they acknowledge that. That's why I tell women, you know, and I'm telling all women this. You don't have to knock your children's father to your children. That's a no-no. That's the worst mistake you can make. Because you got to understand that this child gonna grow up. And if the father's not putting out like he's supposed to as a father, the child will see it. You don't have to make the child see it. You don't have to discuss that man to that child.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you need to express to your child that when your child asks you, Mama, why my dad ain't never been here? Why my dad ain't never did this for me or did that for me? You know what you're supposed to tell your child? Ask him.
Fact.
The only person who can answer that question for you, son or daughter, is him.
Fact.
And that's what I have always told my
That's what
children.
I always tell my baby.
If you want to know why he ain't here, ask him. He the only one can tell you. But here's the downside to that.
What's that?
You have to also let them know that, and whatever he decide to tell you, you just got to accept it and live with it. Don't question it. Don't say, well, you could have did. Hey, man, you wanted to know? This the answer he gave or she gave? Leave it at that. Because you can't get those years back.
Right.
If you decide to say, okay, I'm going to accept it, and we're going to go from here and keep it moving, that's it. The past shouldn't be talked about no more. And I say that to women too. Hey, man, don't be in a relationship with me talking about him. Because that's where you're going to be back at.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about him. Because at the beginning of me having a conversation with a woman on us getting together, this is something I purposely acknowledged to her. Oh, the rip. Sweetheart, I'm not him and I'm not them. And then I let her know what I mean by that. I'm not the last man you dealt with, and I'm not the guy that you have dealt with.
Right.
So don't give me the issues. I'm not them. All right? And then we going on about our business. and that's how it be done.
Period.
You know, so the age ain't the difference. It's how you want to be in that relationship is what make the difference. Because just like y'all women say, I know some people 20 years old at more mature than a man 50. Okay, so you answering your own damn question then, baby.
I don't know. But
The age don't make a difference.
is that socially acceptable though?
It can't be nothing but socially accepted because if it's not being portrayed like that, how you gonna make it something different?
But it's obvious. Like we had that conversation last week about what your children say. You know, I told you what my son was saying. You know.
Now, also, we had this discussion too now. If your son brought a young lady home with him,
We had this discussion.
and you said, I don't like her, what you think he gonna do? You think he gonna say, my mama don't like you, so you got to go. I got to throw you back in the pond.
He's definitely not gonna listen to me.
Okay, thank you. So guess what? Why should I let my children run my relationship, regardless of what it is?
I don't. But
You can't run theirs.
right.
You think some of my daughters or some of my sons dealing with some people who I feel like it's good for them? No, but I'm not. They got to go through it.
Right.
They got to find that out on their own.
Their own. Exactly.
Because that's what being in a relationship is about.
Right.
Finding out on your own how relationships can go, how you can build them, and how you can lose them. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of life. As I said before, that's in their story to be with them dirty-ass people. Just like it's in my story to be with a dirty-ass woman, it's in her story to be with a dirty-ass man.
Oh.
Hey man, when you deal, listen, how many men have you turned down? Have you ever turned down in a relationship?
Every day.
Because it's not meant. But it's a man who can walk up on you, mama,
Oh God.
and don't have to do nothing but speak to you.
Oh,
And you'll say,
God.
boy, I damn sure wish I can be in a relationship with him, and you don't know nothing about him.
Oh God.
Okay.
That part.
It's the attraction.
That's true.
People, we have auras. And the only people who can see it is the people who it's really revealed to.
Got it.
You understand?
Yeah. That's good.
You know, you can say, man, I don't had 18 men tried to talk to me, but it is one that hey, baby, listen, it's a metaphor called that. You can deal with 100 people, and you can deal with them in a relationship, and the whole 100 relationships can be over. And you can be sitting down at your table one day and say, man, I just went through 100 relationships, and all of them turned out to be nothing. But it's one that if I had a chance to go back to, we can try to make it work. There you go. Because, and that's the truth. I don't care how many people you deal with in life. It's one out there that you will deal back with. You understand? That you will get a time of day to again.
Yep.
It's always one. So it's nothing wrong with that. So now, that goes back to celibacy. Why in the hell would I wait till I get 70 years old to want to go celibate? That's some shit I should have did 30 years ago, not 70 years later. Hell, I'm damn near celibate anyway. I'm 70. I'm 70 years old. If I decide to be celibate, it's just to die. Shit. So, hey, man.
Listen.
Age, man, different.
I've tried to do that for biblical reasons and spiritual reasons, and I'm doing good.
Let me tell you something, Mama. It's a thing. It's a thing that God put in us when He produced us. Right?
What my grandma was saying, a woman need a man's touch.
Called hormone.
Yup.
If He were meant for you not to use those hormones, He would have never wrote in the good book, take your ass out there and multiply, not divide, not subtract, none of that. You cannot do mathematics in life on but one scale,
Yep.
and that's addition.
Preach. I tell you.
That's addition.
Yep.
Calculus do not belong in life. You can't calculate in life.
Okay.
The only thing you can do in life is
Tell it.
add on,
Ooh. And you can't do that being
multiply. You got to multiply. You got to add that shit up, man, and make it make sense. God said he put women on this earth to create him a earth.
That's what he said, but he said in holy matrimony. So that means if you're not married, you're not supposed to be having sex.
You didn't hear him say that.
Who said that?
Holy matrimony.
Yeah, he said.
Holy matrimony
he said
to me,
if you're not married,
biblically-
you're fornicating.
Now, biblically, me, holy matrimony means us being in our relationship and being faithful in our relationship
To each other,
to each other.
but not
Marriage came from people.
people married.
That's people understanding of what God meant.
Okay.
You ain't seen Mary in the Bible nowhere. Mary, you ain't seen Mary. Show me what book they say you supposed to be married in.
That's not in the Bible.
Well, get the verse. Let us hear it.
Okay, let me see.
Because when you be joined at the pulpit and you go to that podium and y'all standing there saying y'all vows to each other before y'all say I do.
Okay.
Not one time, now I always have something to mess you up with. Not one time do you hear that minister or that justice of the peace say, now I what?
Okay.
I announce you to be husband and wife, not married.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a scripture, okay? So they say, 1 Corinthians 6 and 18, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What do you think that means?
It don't say married. I said show me something that say married. It don't say married.
So what do you think fornication is?
It's not marriage.
It's sex outside of marriage.
That's a word that was put in and gave a definition to make you think that.
Okay.
God didn't write married.
Yeah.
I tell you what, who was Jesus' mother and father?
Mary and Joseph.
Okay. But who got her pregnant?
Holy Spirit.
Okay, that's what they tell us.
That what they say?
The Holy Spirit got her pregnant now. The Holy Spirit conceived a child into Mary. And she was sleeping next to a man. What that's supposed to been called? What that's supposed to been called? Biblically, in marriage, what would that be called? Right now, if I went out there and did that, and my wife took me downtown and said, I want a divorce because he did what?
Because he what?
He committed adultery.
Got it.
Okay. Mary,
They got pregnant by somebody else.
okay, all right now. And he was perfect.
It's hilarious.
And he was perfect now. He came in the world perfect. And they said that was God's son.
We need a preacher out here.
And they said that was God's son now. They said Jesus is God's son.
Yeah.
And we believe that.
Right.
Okay. Now, but Mary's supposed to be so pure, right?
Right.
And she was laying next to a man that hadn't touched her.
That's what they say. That's what the word says. That's what they say.
That's what the word say.
That's what it say.
So now, how come when I do it, y'all say I cheated?
Oh, God. Woo.
We cheat. Who made that rule? The Bible don't say you cheated.
What is it?
It don't say you cheated.
Oh, God.
It say you can fornicate, as y'all say. You can fornicate. Fornication mean what?
It means sex outside of marriage.
Sex outside of marriage. What is marriage?
Marriage.
Two people in a relationship. That's respecting their relationship.
Before God and says vow.
We go before a justice of the peace, and then he read out the Bible to us, and then we say, well, you know, baby, I've been loving you for so long, and you know, I'm glad God gave you to me, and you know, this, that, and the other, and I want to be him forever. And then you stand there and y'all cry, all that old shit, cause it's emotional.
All that other shit.
You know, y'all, it's emotional. So we stand there and we cry, and then you pour your heart out to me, and then the minister said, now, you know, who give this woman to this man, and you know, who, if you got anything to say, speak now, forever hold your peace, and all this, that, and the other. And she, your ring, please. He put the ring on your finger, you put his ring on his finger, and then he said, now I pronounce you to be husband and wife. All right. That's just married. You get married to honor the system.
It's supposed to be a sacred union of God.
But back in the day,
God said marriage is honorable.
now check this out. Yep, marriage is on and the bed is under fire. All right, you right. But at the same token, back in the day, when we used to see them slave movies, and them folk get married, what they did? They jumped over a goddamn broom or stepped on a cup and broke it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do that now.
People still do that now.
Now.
People still do it now.
do that at the
There's some people who still do that.
At the weddings, they do.
Thank you. It's some people. Now, go back to what we were talking about earlier. See, you know how to make that shit go back now. Now that goes back to what we said earlier. Culture doesn't change. We just do different shit in culture. But the culture is still the same. What if you went to a courthouse and they said, well, we don't do marriages in here no more? Now you got to go back to the old school and y'all just get together and say some sacred vows and jump the broom.
Got it.
Okay. And y'all married. We jump the broom, we married. Take that broom and sweep that line off, and we married. We ain't got no paper, no nothing. That's just what the system put in the game.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The system put that in the game. What, you know, and I have asked some of my friends this, some of the people who are loyal to me to this. What's the sense in getting married, right? And you let your wife go out there and spend $50,000 on a damn wedding. And 3 months later, 3 years later, y'all get a divorce. But what was the $50,000 on the wedding about, though? What sense did that make, though? What was the sense in that? What was the sense in going out here and trying to create this lavish wedding? Not to get divorced, but what was the purpose of it?
Because I'm sure people don't spend that much money with the intentions of, I'm doing this because we're going to get divorced.
No, that's why I say not about the divorce. Yeah. I'm saying, what was the purpose of taking $50,000 saying this one I'm going to spend on my wedding?
To have, for me, when I had my
You
wedding,
impressing people, man. You trying to impress people, man.
Yeah, I wanted to have a good wedding for my family, for his family.
You know what a good wedding is to me?
What's that?
This is my opinion. Y'all know I'm just going to speak on my opinion because everything we talk about is an opinion. My opinion on a good marriage is getting my ass to that altar because that's the hardest thing in the world for a person to do.
Yeah.
That's a good marriage. When people have made their minds up to go to that level, it can't be nothing more beautiful than that. Yeah. To me, it ain't enough cups in the world. It ain't enough plates in the world. It ain't enough goddamn plastic ass spoons and forks and knives in the world. It ain't nothing in the world that can exceed that to me. To see two people put their lives together and become one. Hey man, it ain't a cake in the world can be beautiful than that. It ain't no clothing in the world that can be more beautiful than that. Why in the hell should the entourage look better than the groom and the bride? Huh? Why the groom and the bride? Hey man, I got groommen behind me. Them niggas got on tuxedos tougher than mine. What the purpose of all that?
Entertainment.
You doing it for the people.
And the people.
It's to impress.
Right.
But at the end of the day, guess what somebody gonna say?
What?
See this the part we don't pay attention to. All three of us at this wedding. Y'all know this girl ain't worth a damn. When she get it her own way.
Or the guy.
Y'all know she done went through so much stuff with this man, and you surprised she married him.
Mm-hmm.
But we show up.
And smile.
We show up, smile, hug him, hug her, all type of shit. and then when the marriage over, and we sitting in the reception, everybody talking and then kicking it, you always got that crew over there in that corner saying, buddy, this shit ain't gonna last 6 months. But you down. You invited them to be there now. What the purpose of it? But they look good. We're gonna save a picture. We're gonna save a piece of that cake. We're gonna say some of us even take that bullshit silverware on a plate home, all that old shit. So, hey man. But after that, who cares?
It's tradition.
Who cares? I ain't seen no old school marriages where everybody was dressed up. Everybody they got all this shit hanging. I ain't seen none of that.
Right.
Ain't never been in none of them trees in the country. But them snakes up there, your ass ain't careful. So, I'm making it comical, but I'm serious.
Right.
What be the purpose of all that?
It is for entertainment and to
You understand what I'm
enjoy,
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like
You enjoying it for 30 minutes.
that's a little long.
I'm going to spend $50,000 just to have it for 30 minutes of pleasure.
It's tradition. Like
I could have paid her them $50,000. Ain't no telling what she'd have done.
my wedding ain't cost that much.
Shit.
I had a beautiful wedding on a beautiful budget that we didn't go in debt. We paid for our wedding the day of our wedding.
That one, some people go in debt for that
We're
shit,
not
man.
doing all that.
You
But
know what
we
I'm
had
saying?
we had a very nice, elegant wedding.
Yeah, but
But
know.
we had a very nice, elegant divorce too.
Thank you. So, and like I say, it ain't even about the divorce.
Yeah.
It's just the time and effort you're putting, and I said this to one of my partners. I said, hey man, y'all put all this time and effort. I said, your boy ain't knocking you. I said, but y'all put all this time and effort into creating you all a beautiful wedding. But how is the relationship? How good did the relationship get when y'all decided to become a husband and a wife? You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be standing at an altar with the woman who I feel like I'm about to marry and all shit rocky.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You know, and we standing here and laughing and skidding and grinning and crying and chinning and chest catting. And we know our relationship ain't A1 yet.
Right. I couldn't do it.
You understand?
I couldn't do it.
But you got people who does that
Right.
every day.
Absolutely.
We're going to spend all this money. We're going to put all this effort in getting married. Why not put this same effort in more in bettering our relationship?
Exactly. That's true.
You understand? People got to consider that. Because now, to me, it's my opinion, we got married for the wrong reason.
Right.
We getting married to keep each other, and it still ain't guaranteed.
Convenience.
Because you tired of me cheating, as you say. I'm tired of you doing all this extra shit, as I say. So you say, well, we ain't married. Oh, okay. So now you finna trick me into a marriage. Okay, baby, you know, it's her birthday. You know, cause normally that's when we do that dumb shit. It's her birthday. We gonna invite everybody to where we gonna have the birthday down there at, and did that and other. And then I'm gonna come in out with my boys and put on my shit, you know, and I'm gonna, baby, when you marry me, I'm gonna put the ring inside of a piece of damn steak or whatever. And you gonna bite down on it and say, what the hell? And it's a diamond ring, however I decide to do it. Make it look good.
All this for sure, huh?
And then we said, well, we got the wedding plan for next year. Then 2 weeks after I done did all this shit, she called y'all crying. You know, Jeff ain't came home in 2 days, and I just know he doing something. He probably with that bitch and all kind of. But we still gonna get married next year. Why? It's rocking. See, but y'all sisters, y'all got to help your sister. Y'all got to help your sister. You can't help her by saying, girl, you don't need to be with him, or you don't need. No, you got to this is how you got to. This is what I feel like needs to happen when you trying to protect the people you care about, and don't want to see them make a bad mistake. Sit down, girl. Gather yourself, gather your thoughts, and write down, if you have to, the goods and the bads. And then go to him. Because I done told my partner, go to her and say, look here, baby, these are the goods and bads of you from me. You understand? And I want you to write the goods and bads of me to you. And then let's see, can we make this right before we decide to become one? You understand what I'm saying? You know, and the reason I'm saying that is because I ain't never been married. So I can't tell you how marriage go. I can only give you my opinion on what would make a marriage, to me, last forever. And that's doing what you shouldn't have to do before you got married, and that's go seek counseling. Everybody is told to go seek counseling before they decide to get married or during the course of them getting married. Why? You ain't gonna be real.
You ain't gonna be honest.
You ain't gonna be 100% honest. But we can be 100% honest with each other.
Why wouldn't you be 100% honest?
Because we as a people, and I ain't saying just black people, I'm talking about people, period. We very particular about what we're gonna discuss with anybody. I don't give a damn if it's the real. You understand what I'm saying? Certain things you not gonna reveal to the real, but y'all can be done just got into it. Y'all ain't gonna sit in front of that real and say, well, you know, hey, real bomb. You know, I gotta admit to my wife, I did go out with an old girl last night and had a little fun. And she ain't gonna say, well, you know, at the same time, real, you know, I was at work and me and one of the cats at the job, we at least had a kiss. He asked me to go out or did. So you can do that among each other.
But why wouldn't you be honest? If you're really
Because it's not trumped up to be that. They tell you to go to counseling for one reason, and that's to see if the minister feel like it'll be worth y'all getting married. Yeah. So y'all gonna make it sound good. Y'all gonna do what it takes. It's no different than going. It's no different. It's no different than going to the doctor. Yeah. And the doctor said, "Well, man, what's all your illnesses?" And you say, "Well, you know, I've been having a headache, and my chest been hurting, and my side been hurting, and this, that, and the third, and so forth." And they said, "When that's all," you say, "Yeah, that's it." But you ain't told him Cootie might have had an itch on it one time, and you put some rash cream on it. You understand? You ain't gonna tell him, you know, I was scratching my butt one day and scratched some skin off for it, and I was trying to figure out how that happened. It's certain things you're not gonna tell.
Yeah, I get it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so, and then you want, then soon as they shoot something in you, and you done say it ain't allergic to nothing, and then you go to swelling up and breaking out and shit, and you say, well, damn, I didn't know I was allergic to it, but, you know, now that I know, you might go to another doctor, and they asking you, no, I ain't allergic to that. Because it could be something that's personal.
And you don't want to share
And
it.
you don't want to share it. You understand? But you'll share it with your better half. They going to learn it anyway if they sleeping next to you.
Yeah.
They going to see what type of person you is in a minute. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't in the same household, you can fool me with anything. But we're in the same household, boy, it's going to be kind of hard to pull that one
So
out.
do you think it's better to shack up before, to live together?
Hell yeah.
Before marriage?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That way.
That's the only way you're going to see it
You see the real.
beforehand.
I mean, and like, but in the church, they'll teach you, oh, no, you don't sleep with nobody before marriage. How you going to know what you got?
Now, how you going to control those hormones? First of all, how am I going to control my hormones not to want to sleep with a person who I feel like I'm going to be married to? Or I feel like I'm going to be in a relationship? You know, what we got to understand is
Self-control.
that's when we are more emotional doing intercourse. You more emotional doing intercourse than you are goddamn it letting them rub on you.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? So how can you not do that? How can you refrain from that? If a man that you care about right there in your face. No, we can't do that. Well, I tell you what, so I see you when I come from Strokers. Shit, call me when you ready. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, that's hard to do to a person that's human. Like I say, if God got that written in your story, you can do that. But if it ain't written in your story, you ain't gonna be able to do it. That's a hell of an effort to have to do. You understand? You ain't in prison where you have to have that mentality. You on the street. You able to see this man, see this woman, be around this man, be around this woman, take this man out, take this woman. Hey man, we able to spend time together. How can I not want you? How can I say, okay, I'm at the one part now, baby, you got to go home? Or the date got to end, because I done started wanting you. No, dog. No, man, that ain't, you know, certain things that, you know, we got to understand.
I think those things come with maturity because at one point, growing up in the church, I believe everything what them folks say. I mean, everything.
You're supposed to, because you don't know no better at that time.
Exactly.
But at the same token, this is why I say it's not the Bible that's contradictory. It's the people who's teaching from the Bible that's contradictory.
Right.
And when I say that, I mean this. You would tell me, as a minister, you shouldn't have sex before you get married, or you shouldn't do this and that and the other because of this, that, and the third. And then you'll come right back and say to me, during one of your testimonies, I don't say preaching, I say testimonies. Preachers testify to me. They don't teach. Because you can only teach what you know. You can only teach off of your experience. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
You understand? So what might have worked for you might not work for me.
Right, but I think that
So-
comes with maturity and learning that, right?
But you learn within yourself.
Right.
You got to learn that.
You got to learn yourself.
There
what
you
your
go.
preferences are.
It's some people 70 years old still don't know who they are, man. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you can only tell me your story.
Right.
That's why we have testimonial services. So people can testify to what God has done for them to what God has put in their life, whether it was good, bad, or ugly. No matter how old you are.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? The minister only gives us his stories of what he understands he's reading in the Bible.
Right.
So you can't tell me don't this, that, and the other, and then come back and tell me, but lead not to your own understanding now. Make that make sense. You telling me not to lead to your understanding, so let me enjoy my understanding. Let me live with my understanding of what I read when I read that same, you know what I'm saying, verse you read.
Right. But
You told me what your understanding was when you read it.
when you read it,
My understanding was totally different.
well, that's what the
So
word say, study
how can you
to
tell me?
show yourself approved.
There you
gotta
go.
study for
So how can you?
yourself.
So how can you tell me I'm wrong? Because I said, well, Reb, I didn't get that when I read it. This is what I got out of it. And then you say, well, no, that ain't. How?
Right.
How?
So you think God talked to you more a little bit deeper than me? Right.
I'm his child.
Right.
He talked to us the same.
Exactly.
You ain't no better than me.
That part.
You just the minister of this church,
right.
and I'm one of your people in your congregation.
Period.
But
Some
guess
people
what?
think that they have titles.
Thank you. But guess what right I got?
What's that?
They leave and never come back. Because there's another church down the street
Right.
that I might go to and get a better understanding. I might go to and get a better way of knowledge.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't never, that's why I always say it's my opinion. Because I can't tell you how to think about what we discussing
Right.
or what you got going on. I can only give you my opinion on what I'll do, how I think about it, or this, that, and other. And it's because you asked for it. I'm not looking for you to go live it. You understand what I'm saying? You asked for my opinion on a situation, I gave you my opinion, left it alone.
Right.
That's all we live off of, is our opinions.
Our opinion.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not cool to try to make a person believe that what you are saying is the absolute truth.
Truth. Yeah.
So you have to give them an understanding as to why you say what you saying. And that's our biggest nemesis. We'll say something, but we will not identify it. I've never lived like that. I've never said something to nobody and then say, now let me tell you why I'm saying that. So I can give you my opinion, my reason for why. Because I'm not trying to make you think one way.
Right.
That's being closed-minded.
Right. Exactly.
That's being what everybody say, thinking inside the box.
Yeah.
I ain't thinking inside that box. Because once that flap come open, I come out there as a genie. I got to make some wishes out.
Things happen.
You know, so we can only speak on what we know, what experiences we done had in life, and share it with the people.
Right.
That's the purpose of this show. We sharing our experiences with the people and let the people come in on it and, hey man, we try to get some understanding to where it's a person out there listening that's probably been trying to find that truth.
Right.
You know, so to hear it, you know, to hear something that they can relate to, because that's all we doing. We relating to it.
Exactly.
And say, well, oh, okay, they might have done tried everything and said, oh, now I got something else I can try. And see if this will work for me. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, man. You know, so, you know, we just got to stop being so closed-minded to what people say and try to continue to show us to make it real.
Right.
You know, if you tell a person, this fire ain't hot, and every time they see you, you got your hand going over the fire, but it ain't going in the fire.
Right.
And you say, well, look at my hand, it still ain't burnt. And then you do it again. And you say, look at my hand, it still ain't burnt. Sooner or later, they're going to say, see, that might be true. The fire might not be hot. then go cut their damn stove off and put their hand over the fire and get their shit burnt out of. Because they didn't do an observation. They just went on what they saw and was fooled by it. Who does that to you? Magicians all the time. Magicians put things in front of you that you don't see and make you believe it happened. That's how you think when your mind is open.
I definitely have to say that
You know, close.
I've been closed-minded for a long time.
And you know, ain't that wrong? It's not a problem though. It just, you got to start putting, you know, and I ain't just saying, you know what I'm saying, us as a whole. Yeah. We got to start putting reality to our stories.
That's true.
We got to start putting reality to the stories that we hear from other people. We got to put reality in life. Everybody's been damn near raised into living myths. Because, you know, when we were growing up, when me and her were growing up, because I ain't but 3 years older than her, when we were growing up, we couldn't believe in myths because they were never shown to us. The way your ass lived, that's how you lived.
You don't ask no questions.
One no certain thing is, oh, I'm gonna have me some $200 Nikes next week cause my mama go. Listen at the stories you get. My mama gonna buy them. Why your ass can't buy them? You want them? You understand what I'm saying? Mama, I want this. Mama, I want that, and she go out there and makes it happen. But guess what that child never does? That child never gives the gratitude to say, Mama, was you able to afford these? So you don't know what Mama had to do to go out there and get them goddamn shoes.
My baby do.
You know what I'm saying? You know, she know what you tell her. She know what you show her. But see, she don't know you had to go out there and see Uncle Jack, who come to the house and fix the car and come to the house and make sure the water heater doing all right, and you started saying, well, this Uncle Jack, baby. But see, when you leave home, he ain't Uncle Jack. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. So you don't know what Mama doing to make them ends meet for you. Cause you don't care. You got what you wanted. But now, when you become an adult, and then Uncle Jack come to the house. Woo, Lord. Preach, bro.
Yeah.
And he come to the house. And you sitting there, you 17 now. They been fooling you with this shit since you were 5, though. Now Uncle Jack at the house and you 17. And he come in there and pat you. And you and come in there and pat and you see it. You know, what the hell Uncle Jack doing? Popping Mama on her booty. See, now you old enough to ask the question. Mama, Uncle Jack, and then she look at you, go on in there and sit down somewhere. She still ain't gonna tell you what Uncle Jack real purpose was. But you done figured it out now. Now I see why she used to call Uncle Jack and get me them tennis shoes, that dress for the prom. All that shit reflect back to you now. Okay, but get what she done told you all your life. Girl, I had to go to work and spend my check on this, and I know you did. Uncle Jack went to work plenty of weeks and got paid, brought that money over here. Hey, man, we was fooled when we were children. Hey, man, you had to figure it out. And it's still going on right now. Uncle so and so. But see, the modern day terminology for it now is this. God, that's my sister. God, that's my brother. Son and brother. See, son and brother mean y'all sleeping together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm green, guys.
You know, son and brother. Son and brother now has taken the place of uncle and aunt.
Really?
Yeah. Son and brother.
Sis, like that's
Yeah.
my sis.
So, that's my son.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my son.
But really, they be sleeping with sis.
That's my sleeping partner.
I
So,
that.
I call her so. See, so come over there and braid your hair, sit there and talk to you, all type of old shit. Yeah, so do all that.
Talk to the woman, but be
Yeah,
sleeping with
that's so.
No,
That's so.
like games.
You ain't gonna know. You know when you gonna know? When he do this right here. Well, so you know, me and Shanita, we finna get married. Oh, you finna marry that bitch? Really? You know, y'all. You know, you become all that now. See, now ain't nothing violated, cause he trying to get married now. So now ain't so no more. Oh, you need to tell her about us. See, that when all that shit finna come out. Then her whole persona gonna change. You say, damn, why she acting like she don't? You know, I called Sue and she won't answer. She act like she got an attitude out, and he get to holler at her. Shit, man, you know that girl crazy, man. Hey, man, that's how it go now.
That's how it go.
Age difference.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's up to modern day technology, not these damn computers, not them regular ass phones.
What's that?
Wording. Wording.
Like putting the AI now.
Yeah, wording. Let me tell you something. My son had a song. In his song, he said, I just had sex with some water. And I'm sitting in the studio listening to him say this on the microphone. And I'm, you know, and me, you know, I ain't up to the modern day speech. And I'm saying, and he think that shit sound good. And everybody sitting there vibing to it like he said some true shit. And I'm sitting there like, who in the hell can have sex with water? Why would my son say he had some sex with some damn water? You understand what I'm saying? So it's a studio full of people. And everybody in there vibing to him saying this. I just had sex with some water. But he said the F word. I just F some water. Right. So I'm like, is this nigga for real? Is he man say he just F some water. He played that song 3 or 4 times. Song sound good now, but I can't get past he F some water. Cause they ain't understanding that young lingo. Hey man, all said and done. He done stopped playing the music and he finished play some beats. And I said, son, you really meant to say that? He said, what that, OG? I said, who in the hell F some water? Man, my son fell out laughing, man. You know, everybody in the studio just went berserk. Like, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying, I'm dead serious. I'm looking at all of them like, y'all think this shit funny? The man just say he F some water, y'all cool with that. Yeah. And then when they told me what it meant,
I don't know.
that messed me up. That I'm talking about that shattered my. The girl is wet.
I don't know how you didn't put that
That means the girl is wet.
I don't know, guys.
Hey man, you know how much of an idiot I felt like after that? You understand? You know, and I didn't feel like an idiot, you know, because of what it meant to them. It's the thing that I'm so far behind with the speech analysis now of what these kids use.
Yeah.
To where things that they say now, we can't make a bit of sense out of it, but it mean, hey man, it mean, goddamn it, what it is with them. It make all the sense in the world to them. But to us, that's some stupid sounding shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, listen, I ain't never questioned nothing else I hear him say on his songs. I'll say what that mean. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even want to lead to my own understanding. Okay. Tell me what that mean, man. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and let me tell you something. At one time, my son was so, well, I ain't gonna say my son, all my children, they were so stuck in respecting me to where he's an artist. If I went to the studio, my son wouldn't even get on the microphone because he know he speaks vulgar ass language. You know what I'm saying? And to see him sitting there trying to, comfort himself because he know I'm sitting here listening to him make these songs. I had to actually tell him, son, hey man, do what you do, man. This your job, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do, man. And what the hell I tell him that for? I think the boy made one song. He did not say a curse word. I said, let him get it out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta respect that. That's his job.
His work.
That's his job. Yeah. This is what he do to entertain the people. So I go sit in the other room. You know what I'm saying? And let him, hey man, do you. But my kids had that type of respect level. They couldn't do it if I was in the room. My daughters would tell me, Daddy, go out the studio, Daddy, so we can, you know what I'm saying? And once they got comfortable with it, then they start being able to just, they know I know it ain't disrespectful to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, that's why I say things with our kids, things with us as adults, the game never changes. The players do. Yeah. It's just their time. Gangster rap been out.
That's it.
You understand? So I can't say I don't agree with that. You feel what I'm saying? Hell, I done heard Snoop, Dre, Eazy-E, all these man with that shit. So I know this is part of culture.
Yeah.
Culture don't change. The people who is narrating it do. You know what I'm saying? So we can't never, we don't supposed to never have that mindset that just because computers have been created that our culture changes. No. It's the time that's changing to, because somebody's sitting back saying, well, okay, we can do this and then we won't have to do that no more. We can put these microphones together and put all these people in the room and call it a podcast to where now we don't have to stand on the street and try to make it a newscast.
Right. So we have a comment from JC, 2 Minds, 1 Mic says, it's a generational age gap. Grandmothers are too young. Mothers are younger. It's equivalent to sisters raising themselves. Then when speaking about the water comment says, we're lucky if the water hose work to get a drink.
No, that's right. with the youth now. They on so many drugs, man. We couldn't find a drug when we were young.
Yeah, I didn't.
Certain drugs didn't even come in your environment when we were young.
It took me a long time to try to smoke a cigarette. Like,
so to hear, I'm gonna tell you something I heard a young lady say one time, man. And like I say, this is age in relationships.
I never to this day smoke weed.
This young lady said to a little boy, he was a young man. He was like, I think they were like 20 in their early 20s. They arguing. This mean still learning the new lingo.
Yeah.
He said, so you're a B? I said, why you call her that, little fella? You know what I'm saying? That ain't, no, she still, man, whatever she say, man, you can't go beyond that. That's your girl. That's supposed to be your girl. No, she should have said this, and she said, I said, hey, man, that's what women do when they hurt. I said, just understand, man, you can't stoop to their level, did that and other. The girl came back out the door. She said, P, do, N, D, whatever. She said, you should never talk about this and that and the other with your Minute Man ass. Oh. So I was standing there, I was like, oh. I looked at him, I said, what that mean?
What?
So he go off. I'm talking about he really went deep. I said, it had to mean something because he done went in, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm standing there and the people who trying to get him to stop arguing and stuff. I said, I'm still stuck there like I am on the water. I'm stuck on, what she mean by that, though? So one of the little girls said, she said, that nigga can't last no more than a minute. I said, last no more than a minute. I said, oh, Lord, no. I said, I would have went off, too.
Oh,
Man, let me tell you something. I heard a song. By one of my favorite artists, female artists. And in the song, she said this in the song, man. And when I'm listening to her lyrics, and when the song got to this part and she said these words, I said, there's no way I could have been a man in her life. And she said that to me, regardless of how much I done got caught up in doing this, that, and the other. If a woman said something like that to me, man, I will pack my shit and leave right then. This woman was singing her song. In the end of the song, she said, I should have gave it all away. I said, oh, hell no. I was pissed off. I said, I know if I were her man, if I'm pissed off and just hear her say it in a song. Keisha Gold got a song called Cheated. I should have cheated. Mm-hmm. At the end of that song, she said I should have gave it all. I'm going to play that song tonight to end this show. When she said that in that song, man, I'm looking at the video. The dude that was in the video, she had done broke his watch and set the shit on fire in the garbage can, you know, in the little garbage can in the room, everything. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, when she said that, I felt that. I swear to God, I said, gave it all away. Hey, man, you can give some of it. Listen, man, do anybody, I want to do anybody who have ever listened to that song and heard her say that really understood what that means. I really do wish, I want somebody who's listening to tell me if they understand what she meant when she said that. Anybody come in on it, tell us what you think that means.
What's the song again?
It's called I Should Have Cheated
By
Keisha Cole.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's my song.
At the end of that song, she say, I should have gave it all away. You put it on for me, nephew?
Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole. I'm going to play that at the end of the show. Hey, man, listen. I'm looking at it. You know, and one of the things I like about Keisha Cole,
I love Keisha Cole.
And Monica, I love their music.
Monica,
because when they sing their songs,
yes,
it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
You know, because you actually know that they're singing about something they've been through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Man, when she said that, and I'm looking at this video, I say, man, whoever he is that made her have to go that deep with a song like that, let me tell you something, man. If she accept a phone call from him, he good. For a woman to get that fed up with what you doing to her, to actually say that, man. Now imagine if she said that to him. You understand? Imagine they having an argument, and she said, I should have went to the club, I should have did this, that, and the other, and then on top of that, mother F or however she want to address him, I should have gave it all away. Do you understand, man, that when you're in a relationship, and this is me talking to the people, when you're in a relationship as a man and a woman, and y'all are in a deep, embedded relationship, it's some things that we ask each other to do intimately. That us having the love for each other, we perform those acts, man. Okay. You understand?
But if you do it before then, I'm just playing.
And you do it before. That's part of you. That's part of your emotions.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? That's part of your emotions. That's part of you cheating, as y'all call it. I don't call it cheating, y'all do. But that's part of your cheating. You never hit that hard, man. You know, that's I'd rather for you to call me a mother, a son of a, or anything.
Then what?
But don't tell me you should have gave another man what you give me. And some more.
I think she mean all of her.
Huh?
I think she mean all of her.
That what she mean. That's what you give me. You give me all of you. You gonna tell me, you gonna tell whether it's in a song or in person, that you should have gave a man all of you?
Y'all swear y'all be so hurt when we do the same thing. Y'all
No, we don't be hurt. We be destroyed. We be devastated.
Really?
Yeah. There's a man telling y'all this.
Without
That's
the
our
man
problem.
touching him.
That's we as men problem. We would not show y'all our emotional side. I am. I'm gonna let you know that shit hurt me. Cause when I turn that table on your ass, when I get tired of taking it, I know you can't take it. So you gotta be able to take the game you play.
That's right.
Okay. So when she said that in that song, man, whoever that brother was or whoever he is, which I know he ain't there no more for her to say that.
Okay.
Whoever he was, I feel sorry for him
Why?
because he lost a woman that had given herself to him so much emotionally, physically, and mentally.
Yeah.
To where if he did enough to her to even make her have that type of mindset,
That part.
to think like that,
Right.
he messed up real bad.
Real bad.
And I guarantee you that wherever he's at right now, and whoever he's with, if he's with somebody, he has regretted that for the time since that he hasn't been with her up until now.
I bet
Because-
he'll never find another her.
And I guarantee you, he done wished 100,000 times he was back right there. He was back right there. So, saying that to say this is Big Jeff,
Shanita.
and we coming to you live from No Days Off Radio Production with the #1 show in the land, Nothing But The Truth. And we're gonna end this show with the song that all men should listen to and take heed, as the old people used to say, and take heed to, that you never put a woman in a mindset or to even have a thought to say these type of words to you because of how you are handling the relationship, whether it's a young age, mid-sized age, old age, or whatever age. Because in a relationship that's true, in a relationship that means something to you, a relationship that has any type of notes to where this is a person you feel like is that person for you, should never have to be a part displayed in your woman's mind, in your man's mind. So we're going to leave y'all tonight with this song, and hopefully men and women of all ages can relate to it, and hope that we can use this song as a motivation piece not to have to live through. All right, so this is Big Jeff from No Days Off Radio with the #1 show in the land, Nothing But The Truth, and we are out.